What is up, Pats Nation? We're getting straight to the point today, because that is how we do things in Foxborough. We're coming off a Super Bowl where we came up just short, and I do not take losing lightly. Nobody in this building should. But look, the work does not stop, and this rebuild is heating up behind the scenes. I am breaking down a defensive target who can change our physical identity. A golden opportunity to grab a deep threat receiver who absolutely flies. And finally, the news on who stays and who goes in our offense that could define our entire future. By the way, we are pushing for 1,000 subscribers to keep this channel strong for everyone who actually lives the do-your-job mentality. Hit that subscribe button and let's get into the real talk. I still have that bitter taste in my mouth from Super Bowl 60. Losing to Seattle 29-13 hurt. But if there's one thing that made me proud, it was watching this defense come back to life. Mike Vrabel brought that aggression we haven't seen in Foxborough in years. But let's be real. In the biggest game of the year, we couldn't even touch Sam Darnold. That is unacceptable. To win at the highest level, you need a pass rusher who gives the opposing quarterback nightmares. The name buzzing right now is Jonathan Greenard from the Minnesota Vikings. The guy is 6'5". He is a physical freak, and he is right in his prime at 29 years old. Minnesota is suffocating under the salary cap, sitting $45 million over the limit, and Greenard is the piece they might have to sacrifice just to breathe. He put up 12 sacks and 18 tackles for loss last season. Imagine this guy lining up next to Christian Barmore and Harold Landry. Man, opposing offenses wouldn't have a second of peace. This would be the smartest upgrade the Patriots could make right now. Forget those big-name stars who cost a fortune and give you half the effort. Greenard is a blue-collar worker, a locker room leader, and he plays at an elite level. His cap hit for 2026 is $22 million, and our cap guru Miguel Benzin says we have about $41 million in space. The math works if we wanted to. I know a lot of people want Max Crosby, but Greenard is the pure efficiency that do-your-job demands. He is the kind of player who doesn't complain. He just steps on the field and destroys. If we want to get back to the top and honor those 6 Lombardis, pass rush has to be the absolute priority. I am tired of seeing quarterbacks have enough time to drink a coffee in the pocket against our secondary. We need new, aggressive blood up front right now. Minnesota wants high draft capital, and I say give them what they want if the price is fair. Bringing in a pass rusher of this caliber sends a message to the whole league that New England is not playing around with this rebuild. We want the top spot again, and that starts with putting their quarterback on the ground. Surprised? It is no surprise to me to see the Indianapolis Colts losing their grip on their best receiver. Alec Pierce is heading toward free agency, and if the Patriots do not pounce now, we're going to regret it. The kid is 25, 6'3", and has the kind of speed that makes any secondary nervous. He led the league with over 21 yards per catch. Imagine Drake may letting it rip and finding a target like that deep downfield. It would be a dream. We need to stop improvising and bring in a legitimate outside threat. Someone who can win jump balls and use his frame. Since 2019, we struggled to find a 1,000-yard receiver until Stefon Diggs showed up. Diggs was huge, but most of his damage comes from the slot. What we are missing in Foxborough is that classic X receiver, the guy who stretches the field and opens everything up for everyone else. Pierce made it happen in Indy despite playing with a revolving door of quarterbacks, and he still put up elite numbers. He is the perfect fit for what this offense needs in 2026. But let's be real, the price tag will be steep, probably around $18 million a year. This is where things get tight and require real management. Miguel Benzin already warned us about our $41 million in space. But to bring in Pierce, the Diggs situation has to change. His $20 million base salary is not guaranteed, and the front office is pushing for a restructure. If Diggs does not take a pay cut, the numbers just do not add up to keep both. I would love to see them together, but NFL finances are cold, and in New England, nobody is bigger than the system. If we have to choose between a 32-year-old veteran and a 25-year-old on the rise, the choice for the future is obvious for anyone trying to build a new dynasty. The legal tampering window opens March 9th, and Pats Nation is watching. We won't accept anything less than an aggressive move to give our quarterback some weapons. It is time to act like the winning franchise we have been for 20 years. Things are about to get intense, and I am not kidding around. Elliott Wolf gave us a hint at the combine, and the truth is our receiver room might see an earthquake nobody expected. Everyone is focused on Diggs, but the real bombshell is Wan'Dale Robinson from the Giants. The kid is a giant at 5'8", if you know what I mean. He was the shortest player in history to hit 1,000 yards in a season, and he was incredible with the rookie Jackson Dart. Now he is hitting the market, and New England is looking like a favorite destination for that explosive talent. Imagine that little engine zipping around our offense. It would be hell for defenders. But look at the dilemma here. Stefon Diggs was our first 1,000-yard receiver since the great Julian Edelman back in 2019. He clicked with Drake May instantly. But the math does not work with $6 million guaranteed and a cap hit that kills any plan for reinforcements. Wolf was very clear. He wants depth, but he does not want a quarterback forcing the ball to a star player who slows down the game. He wants that classic Foxborough style where the ball goes to whoever is open. If Diggs does not accept the new terms, the exit is right there, and Robinson becomes the engine of this unit. The kid is projected to get a 3-year, $54 million deal. That is big money, but he gives you separation and wins jump balls like crazy despite his height. Our roster has bodies like Hollins, Douglas, and Chisholm, but we lack that consistent difference maker if Diggs leaves. The future of our Dynasty 2.0 depends on this decision. If we mess up this contract, May's going to be out there on an island, and do your job becomes a joke. This is the most critical moment of our offseason, and I will not stand by and watch New England miss the boat because they are afraid to take a risk. If Robinson is the guy who opens the field and gives our franchise quarterback some security, get the contract and the pen ready now. We have $40 million in the bank and a chance to repeat as conference champions. Real Foxborough football requires excellence, and Robinson fits our culture of outworking everyone. The talk is over, Pats Nation. Either we become feared again or we accept being average. We looked at guys like Greenwood, Pierce, and Robinson, pieces that can bring back our winning soul. But none of that matters without the guts to decide on Diggs and fix the cap. Do your job is not some marketing slogan. It is the law in Foxborough. If the front office does not get aggressive right now, those 6 Lombardis are just going to be museum pieces. Drop a comment below. This space belongs to everyone who believes in do your job.